And this is going to be part 1 of who the F did my supervisor have me work with. You guys, this is going to be a good little story time that I'm going to continue. So if you like it, listen up. I decided to do overtime. My partner was leaving. However, I told the supervisor that I was going to stay later. So I ended up staying later, and he was like,
"Oh, no worries. I'm going to make sure I give you a partner."
I'm like, okay, good, fine. Thank you. Appreciate that. So at 3:30, I went on my overtime break. But when I came back, I happened to see my supervisor walking in front of me, and I was going back to my area. So he told me,
"I have your partner. They'll be at the machine."
I'm like, okay, thank you. I'm on my way back now for my overtime break. So I get to the machine, and I see nobody there. But I see a backpack there, and I see a badge, but I can't see the front of the badge to see who exactly I was working with. So I was trying to like flip the badge over to see if I can see the front of the badge. And of course I couldn't see anything because the person literally had their time card face downwards where the top of the badge was at. So I'm anxious to see who am I going to be working with. I waited a good 10 minutes and then I see the person popping back up. So I'm going to just call this person Sally. I was kind of happy when I saw Sally because I did work with Sally a few times. And me and Sally never had no discrepancies, even though a lot of people dislike Sally.
And they feel like Sally just
way too much, which she does, but I didn't mind it because time goes slow in overtime, extremely slow. So I need the entertainment. So when Sally approached the machine, I was like, "Hey, Sally," because genuinely I really did kind of like Sally. Like, I ain't gonna say kinda, I did have a liking towards Sally. Again, Sally's kind of odd, but I did have a genuine liking towards Sally. So Sally was like, "Hey, I hadn't seen you in a while. How are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm good, Sally. How have you been?" She was like, "I'm good." So I proceeded to go ahead and start running the machine because Sally already let me know that she'd rather sleep. So I'm like, fine, you know, I can sit here, listen to my YouTube and process the mail while you sleep. That's absolutely fine, Sally. Go ahead, Sally. Do your thing, Sally. I told y'all Sally loves to talk. So Sally wanted to actually be on the other part of the machine because she had time to roam up where I'm at to conversate. So Sally wanted to talk, and I'm open ears. Typically in the past when Sally would talk, she would talk about like things that was going on at home, people that was not good people to her. I just caught up with her and I was like, "Sally, how's life going?" Because I know the last time you talked to me, life was lifing. So is life really lifing or is life better now? She was like, "Oh, you know, life is extremely better. I cleared my circle. I'm not around bad people anymore that does bad things. But I do have to ask you a question." And I'm like, "Lay it on me, Sally. Go ahead, girl. You know, it's girl talk. Go ahead, Sally." So Sally was like, "I have a man now, girl, but he literally just broke my heart." And I'm like, "Oh, Sally, how dare he break your heart? What happened?" Like at this point, I'm really concerned because she didn't look happy when she was telling me about it. She looked very heartbroken. Like Sally was like, "He broke my heart." And I'm like, "Sally, baby, how did he break your heart?" He told me that he was trying to get deeper spiritually in God and that he wanted to be a pastor of a church. But he felt as if I wouldn't make a good first lady. He told me that I am not the right skin color for the congregation that he'll be going to. And I was like, "Are you serious, Sally? He told you that? What does he mean? Like, if he said he's a Christian man, God don't see color. So why is he seeing color? And how does he not know that you'll be a good fit for? If he's with you and he feels like you're good enough, why is it an issue now, Sally?" And she's like, "I don't know. I really don't know." And I just feel, Creole, that he's overthinking things. Like he thinks that I don't know about the black struggle. And I'm like, "Sally, what is the black struggle, Sally?" And she was like, "Well, you know about the black struggle. You guys all have the black struggle. You guys didn't live in a good neighborhood, and you probably had parents who were on drugs or in jail. And I said, Sally, see, that's where you go wrong at, Sally. Now I'm starting to see why he might be saying what he's saying, Sally, because of what you're just telling me. I said, Sally, listen to me good. Don't repeat that to no other person. Please do not repeat that to nobody else, because they may take offense to it. Because I low-key took offense to it, but I'm not showing you I took offense to it. Baby, when I tell you the insults did not just stop right there, Sally kept on going with the insults. She then told me, but I can relate to you guys because I grew up in a bad situation too. And even though I didn't grow up in the black struggle, I still had a struggle. But Creole, honestly, I'm just saying, like, I can relate with black people more than you because I act black. I act more black than you, Creole. And I said, okay, Sally, what is acting black? How do a person act black, Sally? And she was like, you know, like how the black girls have their long fingernails and all those rings on their hands, you know, that's acting black. So I said, Sally, listen, your definition of acting black is not mathing. It's not making sense, Sally, okay? Everything you said that makes you act black, literally, you don't have. You don't have the long nails and you don't have the rings. So why are you even mentioning this? But as you're saying this, you're looking at me. And then she then proceeded to say, okay, Creole, since you want to be more in depth about it, I act more black than you. And the reason why I say this is because I talk more black than you talk, Creole. You don't talk black. You sound like a white girl. And I said, see, Sally, see, that's where you messing up, Sally, okay? What is wrong with the way I speak, Sally? She was like, yeah, Creole, I'm just saying, like, honestly, I sound more black than you. I said, Sally, I can't help how the way I speak, okay? I grew up in the suburbs, Sally. I'm sorry I offend you by the way I speak, Sally. I'm sorry that I don't say, oh, done, Sally. I'm sorry that I'm not fitting your stereotype of how you think I should act as a black woman, Sally. However, Sally, that's not the thing to say at work. You should not tell people this, Sally. You are now offending me, Sally. Sally, could you please stop? I'm getting offended. Okay, so then Sally said, Creole, if you're so offended and if I'm offending you, then this might make you feel better. At this point, I feel like she's now taunting me. I told you I'm offended. I've asked you politely, could you please stop? And you're gonna keep going and tell me now what you're about to say is gonna make me feel better? She then proceeds and says this. If we were to get pulled over by the police and they're both white cops, I would get out of a speeding ticket before you, Creole. Wow. At this point, I was just like, Sally, I'm done. I said, you know what, Sally? I don't understand where you going with all of this. I really don't. But I'm going to tell you this, Sally. See, this is what causes issues at work. There's certain things that you can and can't talk about at work. Let's not talk about sexual preference, race, politics, and religion. So right now, Sally, you are crossing the line.